Hello, I'm Annie Blouin. I'm the Global Head of Relationship Manager and Client Services at BNP Paribas Securities Services Business. And I'd like to introduce you to our new podcast series, Beyond the Trade. In this series, we'll be going behind the scenes to speak to our asset servicing experts and find out what's really important to our asset managers. So joining me today is Gilliane Courtines. She's the COO and Global Head of Business Implementation. Welcome, Gilliane. Thank you so much for joining us. We've worked for many years now together, but maybe for the audience, could you explain a little about your role and really what it means?
Thank you, Annie. Thank you for inviting me to join your new series. I'm global head of business implementation within client delivery, so that's operations of security services. And I've got a number of years experience within asset servicing, having worked with you, Annie, actually, and 20 plus years on the client side in client relationship management. So it's something that is near and dear to my heart. And as you can tell from my accent, I've been based in Paris for a number of years, and originally from New York City, actually. So very happy to be here with you today.
Thank you, Gilliane. So today, Gilliane and I will be focusing on the topic of onboarding. It's something that's very important to all asset manager. It can be, as you know, Gilliane, very complex, but also something that if it's done smoothly can make a big difference to an asset manager's business. So let me start with the first question. Gilliane, why is onboarding so important?
So first of all, onboarding, what is onboarding? Onboarding is the implementation of a client's business. It is transformation of client's business, and it is integrating the client's business completely into a partnership role within security services. So it's extremely important. You all have heard the expression, I'm sure, many times, first impressions, lasting impressions. It's important within security services that we give the client from the start, from day one, a positive client experience, because the partnership is going to last for a number of years, and we want them to continue to do business with us. So first and foremost, we need to make it seamless. We need to make it as smooth as possible, and we need to be agile in a very complex world, because financial services is complex, particularly when you're working internationally. So really, that is the first piece. The second piece that we should always remember is that here, when we onboard a client, we are also assisting the client in onboarding their own clients, and time to market is absolutely of essence. The quicker that we bring on board the new business, the quicker the client can trade, and the quicker they can allow their own clients to trade. And we have to remember that value chain, which is important. So when we onboard in a quality manner, it is the best thing that we can do to allow our own clients to develop their business in a complex world.
Absolutely, Gilliane. But over the years, what would you say has changed for the asset managers?
First, I think what we've seen is that for asset managers is the time to market. Okay, so that the world is going faster and is more sophisticated and more complex, because what we've seen is, asset managers are going into more international markets, and they're going into more new asset classes. We've seen private capital. We've seen hedge fund strategies that are diversifying. So our clients themselves are becoming more sophisticated. They have more frequent new product launches. We've got OTC trades. We've got new markets as well, or new product launches. And so we need to be able to be agile to accompany them and to have more product knowledge than we used to. And that is extremely important. In addition to which, asset servicing and financial markets themselves are increasing their complexity and their speed. All of you have seen T+1 in the US, and that's been a big challenge. And now we've got T+1 coming to European markets as well. And that's something that we're all going to have to adjust and adapt, both in terms of processes and operational processes, and also technology. So these are two extremely important functions for our asset managers going forward. And it means that our people have to be agile and also have to increase their level of knowledge of each of these financial markets.
Very interesting, Gilliane. Very clear as well. So in the next part, we'll be talking about how BNP Paribas can actually support our clients with all of this. So Gilliane, before the break, we were talking about how the environment is changing for asset managers and the importance of onboarding. So how are we set up to support clients with this, and what makes the difference?
Thanks for that question, Amy. First and foremost, it's people, okay? So it's the quality of our people and the quality of the organization that we organize ourselves facing off to clients. So really, there are two key roles in the onboarding process. First and foremost is the end-to-end coordinators who are project managers and who coordinate the project facing off to the client. So the client has a single person, a one-stop shop who will coordinate internally within security services all of the experts. Since onboarding is something which touches upon the entire organization, IT, operations, legal, etc. We then have different experts in the different areas, which are the product onboarding experts, who will manage the process of the onboarding for fund accounting, for TA, for the legal structure, for the KYC, paperwork, etc. And that is first and foremost important because it makes a difference in the sense that we have the expertise in each of the markets, and we are going to manage that as seamlessly as possible. And really, if I can give a couple of examples, many of you have seen in the press that we've onboarded recently one of the leading independent asset managers in Europe, and we also worked on a very, very large strategic project in Australia across APAC in different regions. And there we've put in place a project management, onboarding expertise to be able to manage each of the individual markets directly. And that is those are projects which have lasted several months. And we do the very same when a client, an existing client, brings on board a new asset class or a new fund. There as well, he will face off to an end-to-end coordinator in each of the markets. So it could be France or Luxembourg. And that's really something that has been very successful in allowing our clients to onboard their business, as I said earlier, with time to market.
Okay, so clearly, Gilliane, the people are vital. But what about technology? We live in an increasingly technology-dominated world. How is this influencing the onboarding process?
So technology is increasingly important, first for speed, and secondly for transparency. Since the client's, time to market is of essence, we need to be able to let them know through every piece and cycle of the process where we stand. So we have a portal. We have the Neolink portal, which allows them to get real-time information on the status of their portfolios. Because the business continues to go on for our asset manager clients, despite the fact that they're onboarding. So even if they're shifting providers, even if they're merging their businesses or merging their activities, they need to be able to get that real-time reporting. And we need to give them, every step of the way, access to digital tools that allow them also throughout the process to be able to onboard. So if I can give an example, we have within our portal the digital account opening forms, which allows them to digitalize the process to go faster. And so that we can extract those data points and upload them directly into our own platforms so that it's a seamless manner and that there's no operational risk. The other piece that we've seen, you've seen in the press also that we've got asset managers that are merging or that are doing themselves M&A activity. By giving them both the people that have the knowledge and the expertise and the technology that goes with it, this allows them to have an onboarding machine, if I can use that terminology, through their partnership with security services. So we become ourselves their back office within security services.
So it's really all about the efficient combination of people and technology then.
Absolutely.
We know, of course, that onboarding is only the beginning. Does a good onboarding, in your view, lead to a good partnership in the long term?
Absolutely. And for a number of reasons. I spoke earlier about, and I like the terminology of integration machine. Onboarding is one of the pieces for our clients of their own implementation of business, right? So throughout the cycle of their own growth, because I think that we partner with clients who do grow, and so they grow across new asset classes, they grow across new markets. There's also M&A activity, and you've seen in the press that we've got, two of our large clients, they themselves that are making acquisitions and that are merging. And we are the key enabler that allows them to manage, the front end with their own clients. And we make it as seamless, as possible on the back end. And really that's where the partnership does continue through time as they transform their business. And I've given some examples of some of our clients that we've accompanied. And what's important is that we within security services do go the extra miles. And I've got, a couple of anecdotes where we had to run across town to be able to sign a legal agreement because it had to be done at the lawyer's office. And we sent someone in the middle of the day to be able to do so that our clients could make that acquisition firm. These are examples of what we do in terms of going the extra miles, because our onboarding community as a whole not only puts its feet in the shoes of the clients, but they really become one with the client's organization and business. And as I said, allowing our clients to do the front end and security services access the back end.
Gilliane, thank you so much for that. It's really been interesting to hear your experience, and I'm really looking forward to hearing more about these partnerships in the future.
Thank you, Annie.
This has been Beyond the Trade podcast, and do stay tuned for more episodes soon. Thank you.
The information contained within this recording is believed to be reliable, but BNP Paribas does not warrant its completeness or accuracy. Opinions and estimates contained herein constitute BNP Paribas' judgment and are subject to change without notice. BNP Paribas and its subsidiaries shall not be liable for any errors, omissions, or opinions contained within this recording. This material is not intended as an offer or solicitation for the purchase or sale of any financial instrument. For the avoidance of doubt, any information contained within this recording will not form an agreement between parties. Additional information is available on request.